What's good, y'all? It's that boy, Easy Millions, and I'm your host of That Boy ETV. And you already know, man, we are back on Black Ops 6, and boy, I gotta go over something that's been a big talking point here in the community as of lately, and that's gonna be the fact that Call of Duty has completely lost its original identity, man. So a lot of people that play this game, especially that in the younger crowd, don't really remember a Call of Duty prior to maybe 2019. But prior to 2019, Call of Duty was, yes, it was arcadey, but it was somewhat of like a military sim game. So like all the skins that we saw were still military themed, right? Even though we had skins, they still made sense in a military theme, right? But nowadays we got Nicki Minaj, we got Bulldogs, we got Sharks, we got Seth Rogen, right? We even got Jay and Silent Bob, right? So for anyone that doesn't know, recently they just released a Seth Rogen inspired event where you can get Seth Rogen as a operator skin. And I just want you to sit back and think to yourself, when you play a game like Call of Duty that's based around military tactics and stuff like that, why is Seth Rogen someone that should be a part of that, right? We have the Ninja Turtles running around with guns, okay? Ninja Turtles never use guns, but then for some odd reason, we have them in Call of Duty using guns. Now, don't get me wrong. I've even fallen for some of these bundles just out of nostalgia. But think about it. How can you really immerse yourself into this game when you're running around and you see Master Splinter butt sliding around a corner, popping you with a jackal, man? Like, how can you immerse yourself in that, right? It's crazy. The amount of ridiculous crossovers are just kind of getting out of control, getting out of hand. Call of Duty is officially Fortnite for adults, in my opinion. Basically what it is. Now, could they have crossovers? Yes, but I think that they need to have the correct ones. Something like John Wick would make sense. Maybe The Equalizer. Movies based around characters that are like assassins, use guns and stuff. Those type of crossovers would work. But no, you want to cross over with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Squid Games. You know what I'm saying? Like, Squid Games was okay because it gave us a fun little game mode. But ultimately, that's still not a property that should be associated with Call of Duty. Now, with everything going on, you would think that with all these bundles and random crossovers that we're getting, that we would have content galore, right? That's what you would believe and think to yourself. If they're always pumping the game full of bundles, they must be pumping the game full of content as well, right? Well, let me put something here on the screen for you, and that's going to be the amount of content that we have so far that has been added to the game, right? And so far, we've got 9 6v6 maps, 6 face-off maps, 14 guns, and 3 melees, right? Now, that seems like a lot. It seems like a pretty decent amount of content there. Now, remind you, some of these 6v6 maps that we've gotten are remasters. They're not original, right? So some of these aren't really original maps. They're maps we've played on before. So even though, yes, we have gotten 9 maps in total, technically we really haven't gotten 9 new maps, if you get what I'm saying and you're following along here. Now, at this same point in time, for Modern Warfare 3, right, this same point in time after their Season 3 update, I want you to see just how much they had at this point. They had 13 6v6 maps, 4 of which were map variants. We had 1 war map, 1 gunfight map, 11 guns, and 2 melees. Do you see the discrepancy here? Now, let me see if I can figure out a way to put these side by side for you guys. But look at that. We're down 4 6v6 maps, right? We got no map variants this year. The map variants are like Christmas themed or Halloween themed variants of maps. That's what they mean by map variants. So we got no map variants. We got 4 less maps, right? We did get more guns overall, but it was only 3. And to be honest, getting new guns isn't as impactful in my opinion as something like a new map when it comes to like making the game feel new or different. Right here they have a war map and gunfight map. Now face off is probably more like gunfight now, or what gunfight was then. So we did get a lot more face off maps, but I feel like face off is more of a topic that they're focusing on now than they were before. So as you can see, man, compared to Modern Warfare 3 at the same time, they had way more content. So yes, they are pumping out bundle after bundle, having ridiculous event after event, but still only giving us less content than you did last year. Right? It's so weird that we're not only losing our identity, but it's like we're losing our way at the same time. All at the same time, man. And it's just so crazy to me that that's a thing. Now, another thing I want to talk about real quick is that not High Trip Resurgence, but in multiplayer, there's a weed-inspired game mode. It's the trashiest thing I ever played. There's one where you're like inhaling and your vision's all messed up. I don't know. It's probably the worst new invention. It's like they took the Squid Game mode where they changed up the rules of the game mid-game, but they did it just 10 times worse with the type of buffs or nerfs that they give you. It's by far the worst thing I've ever played. And speaking of skins and bundles, right? Have y'all noticed that all these skins that come in the shop are for the same side? So if you notice, you have your left side of the screen. When you go to your operator screen, you have the left side and you have the right side, which is basically the good guys and the bad guys, right? Why is it that all the skins pretty much come for the good guys? There's very few skins that come that are on the bad guy side of the screen. All the best skins on the good side are on one side, and it's like you can't even mix and match half of them. Not to mention, in the store right now, there's a bundle that gives you 2 skins for 2,400 COD points. But then you look next to it, so you get 2 skins, 2 tracer packs, and some extra stuff for 2,400. But then next to it is another bundle for 2,400 that only gives you 1 skin and 2 tracer packs. So obviously you guys can throw in 2 skins at each for these bundles, but you still don't want to do that on a regular basis. We still have to go out here and get 1 skin per bundle, even though you have this one that's for the same price, 2,400, just like the one for 1 skin, but you're giving me 2. So not only are we losing our way, but we are really truly losing our identity out here. Sorry for that cough, man. Sorry for that. But it's just crazy. Between them pumping out bundle after bundle and stupid ass event, just killing Call of Duty's identity. When you look at the game Call of Duty, you see military on it. But when you actually hop in the game, it looks like Fortnite. Right? Not only that, they're pumping out more bundles and events than they are actual content. Just compared to your game last year at the same point in time, you see the difference in content released. It's sad, man. I just don't get it. Hopefully we get our shit together and Call of Duty gets back to its good old days and stops worrying about bundles and events. It starts worrying about actually making the game good and getting back on path to where it was back in its heyday, man. But down in them comments, man, let me know how y'all feel. Y'all like, once again you yapping, man. Ain't your lips tired by this point? You don't know what you be talking about. Or you know what? You on to something, brother. Call of Duty has definitely lost its identity and definitely losing its way, but it can be saved. Let me know down in the comments where you stand on that, and let's get a conversation going, man. But I'm going to leave y'all off with the rest of this gameplay here in the background, and I hope y'all enjoy that, man. But as always, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, become a supporter, and catch me streaming on Facebook Gaming and Twitch at DatBoy ETV. Now, catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.
I come back and get A with me, right?
Take it B. We lost Alpha. B secured.
Oh, come on, bro.
Coordinates marked. Scout pulse active.
Appreciate that, whoever that was.
Patching up. That's the kill.
Where's Buster's at?
Eyes on enemy.
Securing Alpha.
Hey,
That's
Woods.
right, you
We'll take that
shithead.
victory lap
The
now.
CIA's nothing without us.
Well, he went off.
Snapping in the game.
You're dead.